Okay, so here we've got this, like, what I'll do here is draw a grid, right? That'll be the starting point for me. Right. You guys could draw the same grid, right? And then what you're doing, this thing tells you two different kinds of information here, right? Tells you that the value of the graph when x equals 0 is 3, right? So I can go find when x equals 0, right? This is x and y. I'm going to go find x equals 0 and the value is 3, right? Okay. Okay. And then the other one's telling you, we'll do it in black. Okay. When the x value is 1, the value of the graph is 5. Okay. So I can go find, there's 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to keep going up, and there are my 2 points, right? So now this question turned into something that looked a little bit arbitrary, has turned into something that I think we did it in 2P last semester. Okay. So your goal is to figure out what's the equation of a line, and we know that the equation of line is y equals mx plus b, right? Okay. So with that being said, I now know there's 2 points, and one of them just happens to be on the y-axis. So what is that? It's the 0 for when, yeah, it's 0. It's the y-intercept, right? So that's the b value, the y-intercept. So you can just, so you already have this, y equals mx plus 3, right? That came from here, because it just happened to be one of the points that we picked, okay? And then the slope is, you could do the slope a couple of different ways, but this one seems simple enough that I could go, okay, well, I know that m is equal to slope, which is equal to rise over run, right? Okay, so I know that I can look at the starting point, right here, and I know I have to go up 2, 1, 2, right 1. So my rise is 2, and I'm going right 1, right? So once I have that, now my equation just goes like this. Okay. So you find M, you find B. So typically when we ask these questions, it's always kind of, if it's a line, you want to find B. This can be a little bit trickier. The only way I could make this trickier is if this point, the orange one, was not on the y-axis, or on the y-axis, right? So if it wasn't the y-intercept, it would make it a little bit trickier. You would have to do the slope. You'd have to find from this. Remember doing this? Rise over run is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Have you ever seen that before? So you just have 2 points, which would have worked for this one as well, but there's an easier way to do it because you were on the y-axis already. Does that make sense? Okay.